Looks like we are back.
Yeah, Daddy.
Let's see. Did it
We
go up?
back.
Okay.
Yeah, we back, y'all. Sorry about that.
All the audio coming through.
And
Everybody sound good?
let me double check. Yeah, we good. Sorry about that, y'all. Yeah, OBS.
OBS.
Anybody that streams knows that OBS likes to mess with you sometimes.
OBS does what OBS does. So, Fame, do you want to
Doesn't.
do another intro, or do you want to just
Welcome
roll?
to the goddamn Double SP podcast. I'm famous. Hug us back.
This fool is trash. This
What
fool
does Fame
is
say? Hold
such
on. Is
trash.
if let me introduce the boys tonight because they've been working hard all fucking month. If your DMs is full of the flies bonnets and you're got the best food recipes and the best places to go in California, Baron Jones is on your door. B, how you doing?
You know what? I am doing pretty good. Um, I have been playing Atomic Heart in Persona 5.
Really?
So I'm feeling good about myself. Yeah, like yeah. So I've been gaming. I wish Dark and Darker would come back. They need to just keep the demo running forever. Um, Even though it's probably costing them a fortune, I would pay them.
Probably.
It probably is. It's probably eating into their whole budget. But yeah, we're back. Thank you, Sniffs. Thank you, Hustle. Please, if you guys can like and share this link out, because of course it's a new one. It's always a new link. Um, I snuck off to Cheesecake Factory today. And I
What'd you get?
bought. I had what is that bad boy called? The shepherd's pie. I always get the gravy on the side because they do too much.
They
I
do.
feel like what was the point of putting all that flavor into the shepherd's pie to then wash it out with gravy, and then the gravy sometimes be too salty. So I always get it on the side,
Yo.
and then I take the gravy and I put a little bit on it just to add that twang. And
Yo.
but yeah,
What
I
what
did
is what is happening right now?
nothing.
Baron's introducing himself.
Yeah, we're live.
You
We're
know?
talking about shepherd's pie and Atomic
Don't nobody
Heart.
want to hear about your 85-year-old man Facebook
All right.
show.
Since, he wants to interject himself,
Yeah,
the
so
man
yeah.
himself, the Dora Milaje, our general, Fame Entertainment. Famous Entertainment 2000, Testiculous, all here, making jokes and all that. How you doing, Fame?
As y'all know, I'm a
Wakanda.
temperamental, sassy little some gun when things don't go right, right? So I'm salty that the first stream died. Okay. And I'm also sad that I had some other stuff set up for TikTok that I can't set up because if I do try to reset that stuff up, and then it looks like
Oh, he
I'm
gonna
not
cry.
paying attention to the podcast. And if I'm not paying attention to the podcast, you're not gonna pay attention to the podcast. So please do me a
So,
favor and share out the stream because it helps. Like hit that like button, subscribe, and if you are on TikTok, please follow us on TikTok. We are 195 followers away from being able to go live on the Clock app. That has
Oh
been a goal of
snaps!
mine. 195 away. And
Damn.
2 weeks ago, we were 850 away.
Yeah,
mhm.
yeah.
Which
Yeah.
also means if you guys want to clip anything tonight, make sure to send it to us and we'll give you full
Please.
credits when we upload it and all that. Because I know
So
it's just us three. I've been drinking a little bit. Baron is looking sexy. Fame is out here fighting for Wakanda. So we about to have a good night.
This,
Come on, Grandpa. We're about to
yeah,
talk about some shit I don't want to talk about. Come on.
yeah. Come on, Fame. Lead us into the transition us into leadership over
What's up,
ownership
Don?
of Call of Duty. Come on, let's talk about it.
Don,
It's a
you
new
enjoying this
topic.
minus 31 weather, Don?
I'm not sure why my. Oh wait a minute, I know why.
He ain't even
Fame out
listening to
here.
this.
You know why today went left? Because surprisingly, on an episode that does not have "Oh no, it's Alex," Fame started talking about Baron's meat. So
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, you did bring
straight
up
off
All
the
right, we
meat.
bat,
should be back now.
start talking about
We should be
Baron's
back.
meat.
You brought up meat.
All right, we should be good. Listen, in the chat, Bordy McBoard,
40.
Don is in the building. Hustle and Motivate, who is always hustling and or motivated. Citizen Snips is in the building. You guys are freaking awesome. I am trying to get things back up and running on my end. I need to share the stream out again because we got a new link. And we're going to get into the topics. I promise y'all,
Ooh, minus
Twerking.
40? Yes, Don. That's what I'd like to hear.
And that's not even the
Don and
wind
I
chill. That's like legit.
Oh, that was with wind chill.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, we're suffering in the cold right now.
You that.
But listen.
Oh.
Go ahead.
No,
No,
you
no,
want
no.
to talk now? Go ahead. Nah, you here? We're present and
Come on, Johnny Rao.
Yeah.
But listen, we're gonna jump right into the topics of the day, and per you guys, I have been doing my best not to talk about this Activision Blizzard thing, right? And I think we've done a great job on only bringing it up now because major things are happening, right? How can you ignore it now? We're one of the few podcasts who've gone weeks without speaking on it because this has been, oh, legal term this and legal term that, and then people acting like they actually know what's being said in reality. They can't rub two nickels together to get 10 cents because they think it's 7 cents, right?
Yeah.
So we've done our best to stay away from it, but now we pretty much can't. Okay, so as we know, Microsoft is in Brussels. Well, they were in Brussels. Y'all let me know if it's out there in Brussels or not, right? And while they're out there, Brad Smith, who is the president over at Microsoft, announced that they have signed, which I kind of gave me a little bit of side eye. Like, how can we sign a deal that's for something that you don't own yet? You don't officially own yet, right? But I thought it was weird. However, the deal has been struck with Nintendo for a 10-year deal to bring Call of Duty to Nintendo, right? One thing I thought was very interesting inside that deal, that tweet that was sent out from Brad Smith. I hope I'm saying his name right. I hope I am.
It's Bradius
Sure.
Smithius.
Is that he said he didn't just say Call of Duty. It was like other Xbox games. So immediately my mind began to run like, oh, is Microsoft about to do what we thought they was going to do a long time ago and drop their games on the Switch, put Game Pass on the Switch, right? And for the most part, it seems like this just might just be a Call of Duty thing. But Microsoft says when they say stuff, it's always a something after or something behind it, right? That's always the fact of Microsoft. If you look at how Phil Spencer tweets, if you look how he does videos, how he purposely has stuff behind them, right? They do everything with intent. They do everything with intent, right? So before we're really gonna, this thing is multi-layered, right? There's different layers to this. So I do want to just stick to this part for right now. And I want to start with you, B. Your thoughts on Microsoft officially signing the contract and saying, hey, Call of Duty on Nintendo for 10 years. Because it almost seems like this pretty much guarantees we're going to get a new Nintendo Switch within the next couple of years because Call of Duty is not running on the current Switch. There's no way.
Well, I think what we're going to see is the Switch slowly evolve into the Nintendo Logitech G, where it's going to be utilized as a hardcore streaming device. Because we've seen it with Control, we've seen it with Hitman, we've seen it with there was a couple other demos, right, for some games that have no business being on the Switch.
The Witcher 3, even though that's full game on there.
Witcher 3, the fact that exists on there. I actually would like to see Metal Gear Solid on the Switch for some reason, but I think it could do it for sure, like Guns of Patriots streaming. If it could do Control.
Oh yeah.
But I think that's what a cheap and easy way to utilize the resource you already have and to double down on pushing out units that you have sitting in your backlog. Or not backlog. You got sitting away in storage. Turn it into a streaming device. Like, you clearly already can do it. You already can do it. You've shown us. These games that we're streaming are not like lightweight games. Like Control, it would probably crash.
Control is intensive.
No, that's what I'm saying. It would crash. Control,
you could play it on your system.
Cloud?
Huh?
Isn't Control running off the cloud on the Switch?
Well, yeah, but that's still streaming. That's what I'm saying. Like, so.
Oh, okay.
So turn it into a full-on streaming device. Go for it. Like, screw it.
Could.
And maybe that's what they mean. That my whole point in bringing any of this up is maybe that's what this deal means. Is that they're gonna work to make it to where, because clearly Game Pass already knows how to work the cloud.
Yep.
So why not make an app that works to map over controls for the Switch?
They could do it
They could do it.
because Samsung phones run on the cloud.
You run plenty of games off your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when it comes to this deal in particularly, if I'm
Yeah.
someone who's playing COD, I'm not looking to play it over the cloud.
But
You got to think there's a
there
lot of
is an
people who
outrageous
wow,
amount of people to play on mobile.
We ain't bro. My brother went out and bought a bigger, expensive tablet to play Call of Duty Mobile.
Yes.
But my point
Call
is,
of Duty Mobile.
No, but you're not understanding. Everybody's not graphics and frame rate geeks like we are.
Yeah,
That's not normal. Like
special.
Not being a graphics freak, but I'm talking about latency and
bro.
Yeah.
Go on back. Just for a rough example, I'm sorry to cut you off. Just for a rough example.
No, you good.
I've been running Battlefield lately. Go on Battlefield. First off, I enjoy it. I always have.
Sorry.
But I get you. That's
2042
fair.
just
No, that's fair. That's fair because they definitely it was a downgrade from 5 and 1. Like I would still rather be playing a Battlefield 1, but that beside the point. Go into the Battlefield portal just to pick where you want to go and look at the pings. Most people running in with 100+ ping. Like this like if I can find something with 60 or less, I'm happy. So I can imagine, and that's me with my somewhat bougie standards. Now imagine you got somebody who never had solid internet, and that's like, well, I could run it. Like
they're just glad to connect.
That you see what I'm saying? And then of course, all that's gonna do is boost up your KD, unless it's lagging in their favor and you shooting at them, and then they start doing the Gray Fox. I'm really making Metal Gear references. And
yeah, nerd.
But no, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think it's gonna be as bad. It'll be bad for people outside of it, but I think people will go for it. I really do.
Because I've seen tweets from people. Shout out to the homie BG, and they're making tweets along the lines of like, should we be concerned about COD's development when it has to develop for the Switch because it's such a low entry into and to me, I'm not personally worried about that. I don't see. I'm not a believer in this console is holding back this console. I'm not a believer. I'm sorry. It's I look at games like God of War on PS4 and see how it. I'm not a believer in that the PS4 version held back the PS5 version, right? Not a believer.
Even Horizon.
Horizon
scaling
still look good.
Didn't get held back.
It looks great, right? So I'm not concerned about that. I think what this does with it brings on what almost 200 million other people like getting access. I mean, the Nintendo, and I know Nintendo is looked at as for family, for kids,
but it's not.
And I think what this does with helping with on Nintendo side, it helps them not completely, but it does kind of help with the narrative of its competition with the Steam Deck. Because we look at this, a lot of people got the Switch and be like, oh, I got it for Pokemon, Zelda. But people look at the Steam Deck as like more because it has this game. But if you start getting some of these titles on the Switch, you're going to get a lot of people who. No, go ahead.
You know what the thing is? Call of Duty has been on Nintendo products forever.
On there before.
Black Ops is on the Wii.
Yeah,
like they're on this.
It was on the Vita too. Ghost was on the
exactly.
Vita. Yeah.
Call of Duty has historically, aside from the last few,
there was a Call of Duty on Game Boy Advance.
Exactly. Yeah. They've always been there. It's not a new thing. It's just a new thing because we want to make a news of this. But
why did it go away?
Because there was a weird point where because it was even on the Wii U. Actually, I think it was. I don't think it ever went away though, because it was on the Wii U. It was the Switch was the only one that didn't have like a day and date Call of Duty.
True. Did the Wii U have Call of Duty?
Yeah.
Day and date?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it was just the Switch
and sports games. Like I'm shocked the Switch still gets the sports games it does, but that's beside the point.
Yeah, the Switch is the only one that hasn't had like a day and date Call of Duty that has been up to date with everybody else.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, and we're gonna get back to the main point, but Nintendo needs to go ahead and get Discord on like everybody else, because the fact that
Yeah.
there's no
Is there any
there's no way to
communication?
no.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
mean,
Well,
say.
there's
Nintendo
a
Online has
way,
the
but it's like
certain
it's
games.
just trash. It's
Yeah.
trash.
You can talk in I think Mario Kart, Splatoon, and like some of their other
But
multiplayer
Just
games.
but
do
you
it.
get what I'm saying. You just listed two major multiplayer games that consistently do numbers.
Yeah.
One a shooter and one. Now, of course, I'm telling you, I'm gonna be real, fam. I'm gonna be 100% real. This would be a win-win for Nintendo. Just running
It's a big
running
win
the
for
cloud.
Nintendo.
Like,
Yeah.
hey, you get access to your cloud Game Pass. That's it. Like that,
all I want.
Are you in the believer that it's more than just Call of Duty when it comes to Nintendo?
yeah, yeah.
Truth be told,
Oh, yeah.
I never felt like Microsoft or PlayStation was in competition with Nintendo. I almost
No.
see it's like they're gonna treat them like they treat PC.
Yeah.
I
Its
can
own realm.
definitely see
It's
Microsoft
its own
because
Yeah.
the Switch, yes, it's a console, but let's keep it a buck. If this is where Nintendo is going, it's a handheld, dog. It's not
Yep.
it's not your standard. I know handheld console, right? But it's not your standard. My
It's not a
box
Wii U.
sitting here. It's not that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So if they're in a pretty much a separate market, I can totally see Microsoft treating the Switch like it does PC and say, yeah, we don't provide a handheld, so you know what I'm saying. You can
Mhm.
cloud play games on. It's just like you having your phone. It's just like
Yeah.
having a phone.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you allow Xbox Game Pass on the Switch how you do a Samsung phone or an
Yeah.
iPhone, right? The exact same way.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a big win for Nintendo and a ridiculously big win for Microsoft.
Because Xbox would take a pay cut to run Game Pass on the Switch. They would definitely give
We
them
even
a
talked
cut.
about that
Yeah.
last year. It's like
Yeah.
they
Because we
our
know
good
Nintendo's
friend
down. I mean, Xbox is down.
Xbox is always down.
They'll put Game Pass on anything.
They will. And it would make sense because one of the big games that's leaving Game Pass this month is Octopath Traveler, which was exclusive on Switch for so long. So if you can get that, so I don't have Nintendo Online. I kind of refuse to get it because all I do honestly is play Animal Crossing. I don't really care about anything else. But if I could lay in bed,
it's cheap.
I know, but if I could double chin out, lay in bed and get my double chin on, I'm gonna play my Game Pass on there.
Yeah.
I will. And our good friend Armia Michi, because I know she likes when I sprinkle a little French in there. Bordy says Nintendo's super weird, so they don't run into things that make it less family friendly. I don't know if they'd move to Discord because they're so protective of allowing young market to come to interact with older folks. Don't forget, this is also the company that saved Bayonetta 2, and in the first 5 minutes you hear the motherfucker. So, and people didn't know that was going to be happening. So, Nintendo, I think also Nintendo is a company that sold us cardboard and is like, here you go. I don't think we can predict what Nintendo's going to do. They're just going to.
I am from Nintendo. I can definitely see that mindset because no one else. Remember when Sony tried to? Well, what about the children? Yeah, I remember that nonsense.
Screw
I
them
think
kids.
Nintendo the only one that can pull that off. Honestly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Don't they forget when that mini game in the God of War 2 where you could sleep with those two ladies on the bed? Where you had the quick action time? It's like that was your main staple game.
Yeah.
And don't forget, Nintendo is also not super family friendly because Resident Evil's on there.
And Resident Evil's always been a heavy part of Nintendo. GameCube.
Exactly.
You gotta think about all the Resident Evil titles that released on GameCube. A lot of them. 4
Resident Evil
0,
made GameCube the console it is.
Yeah, they even had that special edition Resident Evil 4 controller. Like that that there was a lot that went along with Nintendo and Resident Evil. And
Resident Evil 4 was a GameCube exclusive.
For a bit,
it started as.
Yeah, I was gonna say
it started
initially. It was a huge deal.
It's been remade like 6 times.
I want to say I know for sure it had a exclusive launch type thing They had the controller where it was the chainsaw controller. It had
Yep.
there was a lot that went around it, and it was marketed heavy through GameCube.
Resident Evil, the HD remake of 1 was exclusive for a very long time as well, and that was on GameCube that came out after. Resident Evil's been a tied-in. Nintendo, yes, we get it's family friendly, but also, let's be honest,
Fatal Frame, right?
they make the
Wasn't
most
that-
infuriating games because I've lost friendships over Mario Kart and Mario Party. So
Listen, I've been trying to get a Mario Kart night together. I want to do
some
a
Black
level
Ice
1
Stone.
Mario Kart night. So McBoard.
No, because we need to be friends after this.
No, I'm trying to bust ass.
Okay.
all right.
Okay.
There's no friends when it comes to Mario Kart. I'm trying to bust y'all ass. I'm just
He
being
said,
honest.
"My heads." He said,
Okay.
I'm saving blue shells for all y'all. Not red ones,
Bordy
blue
also
ones.
says that Nintendo tries to cater to too wide of an. Why did I say it like that? Too wide of an
Wide.
net age. Wide.
What did she say?
Wide. She said,
So
"Wide."
I was hanging around with some of my Scottish friends, so it just comes out too wide of an age range. It holds them back a lot. At least they had older folks on console and younger folks on handheld. I will say, until the Switch, they were very family friendly. So if you watch the older COGS episodes we've gone through, it's very family friendly until 2017 when the Switch came out and it hit millennial targeting, and that's all they were doing after that. Before it was like,
Don, that is
with our friends.
That is a Pepsi in Hugger's hand. That is a Pepsi. YouTube.
Don knows the beauty of black eyes.
No, don't show it. Well,
But if you-
that's not going on TikTok.
But if you don't know what black ice is, you don't know what it is, you know?
Oh, they know.
You have
They
to be
know.
in Canada. Well, it's a Canadian brand, though.
That part that get cut out on the TikTok, that part ain't going up.
He
Because,
said
man,
it
they be
not happening.
tripping.
Hey,
That's Pepsi.
You,
that's
Pepsi Ice.
Pepsi. It's cola. It's cola.
It's
cola.
It's cola.
I'd be drinking
But
soda
listen,
all day.
to keep it going. So not only did Microsoft enter an agreement with Nintendo, they also entered an agreement with Nvidia, which is big because one of the
Interesting.
complaints that the EU was saying was Microsoft will have too big of a dominance in the cloud space, right?
Mhm.
So they entered into a 10-year agreement with Nvidia, right? So every Xbox game that is also on PC, they kept saying in quotations that's only on PC, which every Xbox game, except for some of the Gears games, for the most part, going forward,
Mhm.
are on PC, right?
Atomic
Every
Heart's
Xbox
on
game
PC.
is on PC,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
you'll be, as long as you, and that's the key with Nvidia streaming service. You have to buy the game, and then you can stream it. It's not like a X Cloud type of deal, right? You still have to
More of a
pay
Stadia
for the
deal.
game. Yes, you have to pay for the game, then you can stream it. I think
Okay.
that was even more of a bigger deal than the Nintendo thing because a lot of the
Mhm.
regulators kept trying to combine the cloud thing and our basic hardware gaming, right? So if Microsoft said, okay, if that's the game you're playing, one of our biggest cloud competitors, we will allow them to stream all of Xbox games via their cloud service.
Yeah.
And it
And
makes
let's
me
be honest.
wonder. It really makes me wonder how far is Microsoft or Xbox willing to go with PlayStation? Could we get? I want to get
Game
killed for
Pass on
this.
PlayStation. Why not? They
Could we
would do it.
possibly get Xbox games in PlayStation Plus streaming?
We could.
Xbox would do it. It's really up
Xbox
to
would do it.
Sony. Cause let's
It
be
is.
real. I mean, I don't know Microsoft like that. I don't got no. Oh hey, what do you know? Nothing like that.
Yeah.
But what I do know is Microsoft, and they said it back in like February 2020. They are competing with Amazon and Google.
Yep.
Only way you can compete with Amazon and Google is to put yourself everywhere, because Amazon and Google is everywhere, and that's the only way you can compete. They said
But
that. They said
if
that they're
Xbox
not
games
competing.
are on Sony, doesn't that kind of just like console wars over?
I would buy a PS5 right now, and only run a PS5. I've said that. Like we've had a very similar conversation to this, and I've said it would be cheaper for me to just go buy a PlayStation and buy PlayStation Plus and have Game Pass as well and be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Or at that point, just swap to Game Pass PC only.
Yeah.
Like it, and I would win. Xbox still gonna get some of my money. Sony gonna get my money, and I'm gonna be in the same boat. Very similar situation. Like, and because Xbox don't mind just selling controllers and subscriptions. It's cheaper for them.
Yeah, they don't give a shit.
You know why I would be against it? Because I would feel like that's going to be the beginning of the end of a competitive physical console market.
You know why?
It's one thing for
be
Nintendo.
Okay with it.
I don't want to see Xbox putting their games on PlayStation and vice versa. Other than the
I would
Call of
be-
Duties and the Minecrafts of the world.
That's fair. I would be okay with it in the sense of if there's no consoles to sell, if you unify whatever, which probably will never happen. We're just talking hypothetical. It would force them to finish games. It would force them to be like, this is a complete product and we have to finish this because we don't have to worry about software, or we don't have to worry about hardware sales. All we have to do is controls and software, and we push it out. Then we would get our finished games. We wouldn't get Outriders. We wouldn't get the stuff that is kind of half-assed and like missing. I just want an end product for us. If that is the way of gaming eventually goes. Because Sega was smart. Sega, they dipped out. They knew that whatever, they had to leave. And we get the Sega games we have today. Not all of them are great. I get that. Some of them are shit, but we get like Yakuza that they publish. We get games that are finished, they're complete, and they are ready to go. I would rather have that than have to buy a PlayStation 5. And I'm a console collector, so I have consoles. I would love to get them. But at the same time, I want to play a finished product that isn't frustrating, isn't missing half of its content, or the game Mass Effect Andromeda style gets canceled and the story never finishes because they just don't have money or time to finish it because they're being pushed on to the next project. Give me a finished game, please. That's all I want.
I'm gonna tell you, Fame. That's an amazing point, and that's fair. But what I will say is, I'm not okay. Let me tell you when I'll start worrying about consoles completely disappearing. Is when internet becomes a legit utility and you can get a gig up, gig down just about anywhere in any major city. Because there's still major cities where you can't get good internet.
Yeah.
Now in the US,
no, I get that.
There,
I think
you're muted. Or I'm not. Oh, that's my fault. I got my headphone. No, you're good. You're good. Sorry guys. Say something again. I just want to make sure.
Say something.
On you. But no, my bad, because my shoulder always hits this headphone earbud thing. But no, dude. Once internet becomes a staple across the world, or at least in all the major, all the large sales countries, so EU, your North America, big parts of Asia, like you already know how it goes down. So when because internet is still a luxury. Like I just seen an article where I believe it was Rwanda. They just got like Starlink set up over there.
Oh God!
So, no, but you get what I'm saying? Like I got
no. I get what you're saying 100%. I just Minecraft. I get it. Call of Duty. I get it. I mean, as far as the MLB deal, MLB being on Xbox, being in Game Pass, I get it. I get why those things have to be done.
Yeah.
And like we were saying earlier, I see how Microsoft views PC and how I believe they're viewing Nintendo. I don't want them to view PlayStation that way. Because I feel as if even on a service-based level, not even thinking hardware, on a service-based level, we would be hurt as a consumer because the competition would be over. Because right now, Xbox and PlayStation doing what they got to do to take our dollars, right? If you look what Microsoft was doing with PC, you see what Microsoft was doing with PC. You didn't think PlayStation didn't see that money that was making and was like, hold up.
Wait a minute.
PlayStation has ways to go on PC, though.
We're not rivaling PC. Yeah, they have a way to go, but I'm saying what Microsoft doing made PlayStation realize that PC isn't their competition, and I can
Mhm.
definitely see them doing that to Nintendo as Nintendo stays in his lane. Because
Oh,
Nintendo
Nintendo always will.
and they always will,
Yeah,
right?
I was gonna say
I
I
I
don't see that
don't
changing.
want Microsoft. And to be told, and you can call this the Xbox in me, the
You're a
Xbox
full
fanboy
on
in me.
bot, bro.
If Microsoft owns Call of Duty, I'm
Isolated.
100% okay with Call of Duty being on PlayStation, right?
Mhm.
I don't want it to be in PS Plus.
No, yeah, I'm with that.
Yeah,
No, you
no.
if no, I'm definitely with that.
But something tells me it will be,
Yeah,
depending on if Sony wants to cut that, because that's going to be a hell of a check Sony going to have to cut, right? And I think one of the most interesting things, one of the
or
most interesting things that came out of this is that next year is the last year of that Call of Duty PlayStation
that
deal.
marketing
Brad
deal.
Smith kind of snuck that in there. That next
Hmm.
year, 2024, is the last time you will see first on PlayStation.
Yeah,
Get these missions first on
Yeah,
PlayStation. Play
yeah,
it first on
that's true.
PlayStation.
yeah. That
Now it
goes
has
out the
to be.
window.
They can't say that. Everyone plays it across the board, and I hope Microsoft don't concede so much to where they can't say Call of Duty, play it day one in Xbox Game Pass,
Hey, but I'm
because I want them to be able to say that, like, because you know what's gonna happen, and people are gonna say, oh, fam, you a fanboy. If and I hope when Microsoft makes Call of Duty on PlayStation, but exclusive to their streaming service, it's going to make PlayStation do something dramatic.
yeah,
And I am for that.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
I'm
Because
all the way for that.
PlayStation showed their hand, bro. When they came out and said that Call of Duty accounted for like 25% of I forgot exactly what the stat was, but it had something to
It's
do with
big.
yeah, it was a big
Yeah, it
it
was
was a
huge.
big
Yeah.
chunk of their market was built around Call of Duty. Why else would they
Hmm.
spend so much on the marketing? I mean, hell, it happened with Harry Potter. Most people thought Harry Potter was a PlayStation exclusive. And when I say most
Yep.
people,
BS not.
I'm
I'm in
talking
GameStop, and the person at GameStop is saying that. Oh yeah,
yeah,
it's only on PS5. And I'm
yeah.
just like,
Hey, no. And what's crazy is people got to escape outside of social media because for us, we're watching every move. We're looking at who just got hired at so and so. Like we're looking deep into this, like we trading baseball cards. But
Yep.
the average consumer, all they see is what's on TV, and let TV tell it. The only way I'm gonna play these new games that are coming out currently is on PlayStation. So
Mm.
now you lose out on that. That's huge. So my point, even bringing up any of that, was to agree with you and say something wild is going to happen when this all goes through, and somebody's going to concede a lot. And I don't know if it'll be PlayStation. I could see Xbox doing the friendship card and throwing themselves everywhere because they want to be everywhere.
after this, Microsoft needs to stop being so damn friendly with PlayStation, because PlayStation will stab you in the back. But I do want to say a couple of things. One, Xbox expansion passes in the chat. Shout out to Luke, man. He says he doesn't mind who gets it, but he hates the exclusive missions and the content mess.
True.
100%.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I say that to also say a game that I loved that's dead now, The Avengers. Uh, me and some people who I play Avengers with, we're moving over to Suicide Squad. Just so
Yes.
happens they announced Suicide Squad will be at the State of Play tomorrow. Is it tomorrow or next week?
The
One of the two.
24th or something like that.
You know what
23rd or
sucks
24th.
about that? You know what sucks about hearing that Suicide Squad will be at the PlayStation event? You know what sucks about that? There's going to be exclusive missions, exclusive characters to PlayStation. I am so sick of these fucking deals, bro. I'm sick of these deals. No matter the
Yeah.
console, I'm sick of these deals. It shouldn't to be where I can't play where I want to play because man, they get extra stuff just for playing it over there. Like I
Hmm.
I'm ready for gaming to get beyond that. You want to attract me to your console? Do it by the games, your first party
It's
titles.
gonna be polka dot, man. You ain't gotta
Do
worry.
do it by that, not by going out and money whipping all the people saying, "Hey, here comes the next big game. We're going to make sure that give me a DC villain is exclusive to PlayStation." How they did with Spider-Man on the Avengers. It's bullshit, honestly. It is.
Hmm.
That is going to kill my hype because believe it or not, I'm excited for Suicide Squad. It's going to be my Avengers replacement. I plan on it to
Yeah.
be that, and I am totally pissed off when I see that it's going to be a state of play tomorrow because I know for a fact now I'm gonna have to play it on PlayStation to be able to get the full experience from a third party title.
That I've never understood that from a third party title. Like I could get timed exclusive, like when Rise of the Tomb Raider came out, it was exclusive on Xbox first, and I was like, that's stupid. Like I was one of those like, this is a Tomb Raider is was born on the PlayStation and PC. Why is it on the? And then they released the 25th anniversary edition, which had all the stuff that you had to buy extra on Xbox onto the PlayStation like natively, and I was like, oh, okay. But you know what? And I'm gonna channel my inner Snips here. Is the big thing that people always talk about with this is Xbox. Don't forget, Diablo 4 is coming out. I'm gonna play Diablo 4. Overwatch 2, StarCraft is still played by a shit ton of people. World of Warcraft.
Get Baldur's Gate on console, damn it.
Except Hearthstone, Heroes of the Storm. Heroes of the Storm might be closed down by now, but like all of these games have console equivalents, but they don't care because Activision, so Blizzard, those are the games Blizzard has made. Activision has been making, they got the Crash games, Tony Hawk, they got Call of Duty. Nobody cares about those, but I know more people that are interested in the next Diablo because we've been waiting 10 years for it, I think, something like that.
That Diablo 2 hype or Diablo 3 hype or 2 hype, remaster hype.
Yeah. The re-release, everything, like people are more, Call of Duty is loud, it's proud, it always will be. But the focus, it's this deal that is on Call of Duty is misplaced because Call of Duty is hollow in a weird sense that people are always going to be loud and proud about it. People are going to play it, but then in 6 months your next game is going to come out, or you're going to just go play Warzone because I already know people that bought Modern Warfare 2 that aren't playing it. They're playing Warzone. And then they're frustrated by Warzone, so they're going to play like Apex, and they don't want to go back to Call of Duty. Just because Call of Duty's been the same thing since like Black Ops 3. There's so much more games than Call of Duty that are coming to Microsoft that if Sony does not pay attention to, because there is a PS3 version of Diablo 3, they don't pay attention to, they're going to miss out. Because Diablo has seasons, Diablo has battle passes, they have things too that will carry way longer than Call of Duty will. And they're not paying attention to it. Or they don't care about it because Call of Duty is the upfront moneymaker compared to Diablo where it's going to trickle in.
You know what? I've always felt that the reason Call of Duty's been on the forefront is because you don't have to go into depth explanation to regulators and people who don't play games. It's an easy headliner. Like I can go to anybody and be like, Call of Duty, oh, that game. Like you know, like you'll it's better to explain that than Hearthstone or World of
Overwatch, Diablo.
Overwatch, like even World of Warcraft has the name behind it, but Call of Duty is a more common term.
Isn't that the shit though? Like people are, Call of Duty's a long branching franchise. World of Warcraft has literally been around since the 90s.
Yeah.
And
it's been multiplayer
Call of Duty
since
1.
the 90s.
Exactly. Call of Duty 1 was early 2000s.
I do want to shift us over because we got a couple of things we got run out of time. But I do want to read this comment for Bordy McBoard, which I wish third parties would go back to doing this. When we talked about the Suicide Squad, which I believe they're going to have exclusive characters and exclusive missions, she said, or maybe if you do it, make it super small, like when Soul Calibur had their own one exclusive character. So if Suicide Squad is out, maybe you could do something. I don't know what that looks like. Would it look stupid to have Link in the game or Kratos? Whatever. I miss when third parties.
It's a gimmick though.
Now it's like, hey, PlayStation, you want to throw us a bunch of money and we'll make this character exclusive to you to get my people to go to your game. And to me, I think that's grimy to withhold stuff from gamers because of the platform they own.
Because oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You go B.
No, I was gonna say what would be dope is like Xbox get like Bane, and then PlayStation get I don't know, maybe
you get
like
what I'm saying.
Bizarro
that would be
like
everybody gets something.
I don't know, like
everybody gets something, but instead it's not
cool.
like that.
You know why they can't do that now? Because Aloy is on Fortnite and Genshin Impact, and Lara Croft is in Fortnite. They gave up their characters to a third party. They cannot say, we're going to hoard these characters for our things. I'm going to go play on Fortnite. I'm going to go play Lara Croft. I'm going to go play Genshin Impact, a free-to-play game, and I'm going to go play your number one character, Aloy. I'm going to go play Kratos in this game. Like, they gave up that by cashing in a little bit of dough, a little bit of cash infusion. They give up the exclusivity of, like, we're going to hoard these characters. I may not like Fortnite, but if you're going to hoard your character, I'm going to go play Fortnite. Yeah. Because I want to play as Kratos and say boy all the time.
You want to say this really quick before we switch to these two,
I'll play short topics. Play Diablo with you, Otaku.
If see, you got a friend. If you guys watch, hit that like button and share the stream out. Please does us a big favor. Also, go follow us on TikTok. If you don't have TikTok, make a TikTok and follow us on TikTok. Really quickly, so a Instagram account that's been dead since 2017, 2014.
Oh shit.
Maybe. All of a sudden tweeted something out. It was something that was illegible. It was legible, but it didn't make sense to someone who doesn't understand what's happening. A game that I thought was average, slightly below average, Recore. I believe Recore needed
a hyped that up, budget. Though.
I was excited for Recore when I played it. I was like, man, this game, it needed a bigger budget. It wasn't necessarily a bad game, but it needed a bigger budget. And I always said if Microsoft gave Recore a bigger budget for a sequel, it would be a really good game. So out of nowhere, they kind of made headlines that that Instagram account is tweeting. It could be nothing. However, I think this will go a long way for Microsoft doing us they're fixing a wrong. Because they had so many games that I believed needed they could have used a sequel, but they gave up on. We got the Recores, Quantum Break,
Rise,
which was going viral a couple of weeks ago. Quantum Break needs a sequel. I don't know what the deal is with Crytek, and there's rumors that Rise is going to get a sequel, but it's going to be multi-platform. Which means if it's multi-platform, it'll be on PlayStation. They'll probably have PlayStation exclusive shit in it, and you'll probably be able to play as Kratos in the game. It'll be something annoying like that. But I hope this is something. I hope it's not nothing. I don't know how much experience you guys have with Recore. B, did you play Recore? How can you play Recore?
A little bit. I didn't get to finish up, but I'm honestly, it reminds me of what game am I thinking of?
Knack?
Not quite Rise, but like one of the Binary Domain. If anybody remembers Binary Domain, it came out 3 weeks before Mass Effect 3, so it got swamped. It's a Sega game. It was really good. It's not the greatest, but it could do. It's the Order 1886. It needs sequel to like expand upon it.
Yeah,
I think it will do good.
What they did with the creatures and the cores. I thought that was a dope concept. Really dope concept. I would love for Microsoft to give these franchises a chance. Like the fact that a game like Knack gets a cult following and not highly rated, not highly successful as far as sales, but it gets a sequel. I'm not trying to be funny because I've been getting killed on TikTok for talking bad about Knack. And listen.
Knack is wild.
People on TikTok, I am sorry for saying Knack was a bad game. Can we be friends again? Because I was getting
Knack 3 was a bad game though.
I apologize. Knack who? Knack 3? Knack 3 exists?
Knack 2.
Knack 2. Lord? Sorry, not Knack 3. Knack 2 was a bad. It was Oh, they've been looking for it. But you're not wrong. It's not that they're bad games. It's just that
Jack and Dexter.
It's just that they came out at a weird time. Like Recore came out in 2016. It was a weird time. The Order came out at a weird time. I think these games need to come out and I know Hustle's going to come at me for this. I would rather see a new Recore than see another Perfect Dark, but we know Perfect Dark is coming out. We've known that for a very long time.
Is it?
I want to see Recore. It's, you know what? The fact that they're quiet about it and it's not like Metroid Prime quiet. They're quiet and they're just doing their thing. I'll take it. Just like let the game be developed.
Please, shout out to Luke in the chat. He said he loved the Binary Domain and Recore was his jam. Listen, Microsoft.
Luke, I love you.
And you can't if this is an actual thing that happens, Microsoft, you can't give it the same budget it had for the first game.
No, you can't bullet storm it.
You have to give
Ooh,
it a
I
that
believe
game
it's
needed a
starting
bigger
too.
budget. It needs to be fleshed out more.
You can't rage it either.
Let's have it.
You have to. You have to
Ooh,
love it. Give it that. Give it
Rage
that
1 was
Gears
so
5
great.
polish. Rage was supposed to be. You know what? I always say, Game Pass. Thank you. You saved me from buying Rage 2. So thank you.
But Rage 1 was so amazing.
It was so
That boomerang
Bro, why it
was.
looks so bright?
It's probably my camera. I'm
because
good.
Johnny Rao.
No, it's me.
Oh,
Oh,
there
that's too
you.
dark.
No, it's not.
Hold up.
Well, oh, wait a
Because
minute.
Killmonger is coming for us, General. So we need to dim the lights and move on. Oh shit! He hit. He just hit us with a backlight.
Oh my god! Did he just give himself an accent? I love it.
He did. It's a raven here now.
Yo, but y'all didn't see how bright I was? Like that was wild.
He said I was washed out.
Damn.
I don't know.
See?
I didn't think it was a problem, but I feel
It wasn't that bright.
like
Damn.
he said bright.
Damn.
You went from fame to fame.
This man.
We're gonna go with this. It's a little bit more sultry, you know what I'm saying? It better accents my melanin, you know, so we're gonna go
Bordy says hugger in her accent bag, and fame is the other type of accent bag. I love you, Bordy.
Last thing, PSVR 2 has been getting lots of excitement happening on Twitter. Somewhere, you guys, you can't see it. It just cuts off. I have my original PSVR, and I was super excited. I was like the people who are now getting their PSVR 2s and ready to play it. That's how I was with this thing. Played it for a couple of weeks, and it's been in that box ever since. I'm excited for the people who are excited. If I was to dive into VR right now, it'll probably be more along the Quest 2 line because I don't want the wires. But quickly, I want to get y'all's thoughts about PSVR 2, and it's you know, there you go.
Okay. I seeing the No Man's Sky update made me reset up my.
It's always No Man's Sky.
Quest 2. I reinstalled everything, and that's why I didn't realize I still had my VR, my Steam VR up earlier. So it looked like I was gaming the whole time, but I promise you I wasn't. I was eating. But I'm happy that folks are happy, but I think this further leads to the point that Sony could do no wrong.
No, they can't.
Sony is the Nike, the Jordan, the iPhone. That they're the Apple product of the gaming space, where you'll complain or they'll do something outrageous, and you'll find every reason to love it because you'll make it work. Coming off the wave of the Quest 2, the wave of the Quest 2s, and then to hit you over the head with, well, it's a better product, cool. But then to charge you more, to charge you just as much as the console itself.
Yeah, you can't forget there's a $500 entry fee.
Yeah, like
you got already ever paid for, plus the cost of the VR.
Then to not roll over any of the games from PSVR 1,
like Blood and Truth,
like making people rebuy games instead of just giving an update to the library. It's crazy that if anybody else did a lot of these things, it would be a horrible situation and it'd be all over.
Hyundai.
And that, I think that's what kind of throws me off. It's truly weird to me. I'm happy that folks are happy. Like if this is what you want, get it. Like I'm hyped for you. Like I want VR to go as far as my wild anime dreams. Like that's what I want for VR. So
he be having some wild anime dreams.
Always
anime titties.
Always. But no, I really want VR to win because that means more money will be invested into VR. That means we'll hopefully, maybe in some weird future, see bigger progress with VR. So I hope it does well, but this is a Apple iPhone move all the way, and it's weird seeing people go for it in such fervor. Like, but all right, like that's cool. Like but it's weird to me because I know if anybody else would have charged you for a peripheral, look at the crap that went down with Xbox and the memory, the SSDs, and that was half the price.
Yeah.
So now I'm selling you an external item, taking away the upgrading of games that you already own, and then charging you a crazy premium, and then putting wires on it.
I wish I could buy a PSVR 2 that didn't need a PS5.
Right?
Yep.
That's different. No, but that
like a standalone peripheral.
That sounds like a $500 thing to me. That sounds like a $500 item to me. Like that price point sounds reasonable, and then give it the USB-C 4 connection so I can plug it into my PC if I want to. Compete with Quest.
If you wanted to,
or
even a PS5.
Yeah, if I wanted to.
But I got the option to take this wherever I want and play it. That's where VR needs to be for me.
Yeah, and that's why I got my Quest 2. And that's why it's so baffling to me that people are running to spend the $500 to take a step forward visually and power wise, but in terms of utility, take a step back. That's so weird to me, because utility, like power wise, from what I understand and what people who actually look into the specs and really care about that, everybody is saying no, you're getting your value in terms of the purchase, and that's cool, and I'm down for that. That's dope. But taking a step back, we are literally coming off of 2 holiday seasons of wireless VR. And now you tell me not only is it wired, but you need to be plugged in to a big ass console.
Yep.
That's my only gripe with it, and that's why it's weird. I want VR to win. And yeah, like somebody said, SAO VR, Otaku, I'm there. SAO changed the type of books I read. Like, so I'm all for that potential future. My wife knows that when there's samples and trials for Full Dive Tech, that I'm going and I'm gonna disappear for a while. She knows.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sign up.
What's crazy before we go, thinking how far VR still has to go. I can't believe some of us, guilty, thought that Microsoft really going to do that AR thing for a while. I was like, yeah, the AR thing's going to be...
Because they were leaning heavy into it.
Remember Google Lens? Google Lens was doing it too. And they got it in cars though. Like you got that whole like display thing in cars. It's like Minority Report. Like,
you want to know the shit for me? As in Twitchy...
report on minorities.
Stupid.
Shut up. Witchy Twitchy brought it up. It's like, I don't do good with like motion sensitive stuff, but the fact that this is a motion controller that is over 10 years old that they still use. This is the motion. The PlayStation, this was when they were marketing as the PlayStation Move. This works on PS3 with the PS3 camera.
The PSVR too. I mean the PSVR
this still
as well.
Works.
Yeah.
Wow.
This still works. And this is like 10, 15 years old. This is gold.
Like,
yeah.
Those are expensive. Like
this is like a $200 controller.
If you tried to buy it right now,
yeah. This thing's so expensive, and you need it for some VR stuff.
Yep.
The fact that this, when I bought my PlayStation Move stuff, still works, and I'm like, good on you for like controllers working, but like I can't get my PlayStation 4 controller to work with my PlayStation 3. Maybe okay, but the fact that this weird, ugly controller still works on, and I bet you will still work for PSVR too.
It probably
still works. Is like, I don't know, and you know, Hustle brought up a great point. This is great for light gun games, but when we move like CRT TVs, when we move past this, where the TVs are so fast that they can't see this is useless. We won't see this.
Yeah, you better stop moving.
You better stop moving. Yeah, I don't know where that came from, but you.
This man said, pop lock.
We're gonna move. We're gonna move past our 60 hertz, our 140 hertz.
Oh,
but we're done.
Let it go. Let it go, bro. Let it go. You about to mess us up.
What is happening?
Let it go.
I don't know. Hey, I don't know Jenny Raul, like, but I think that's a sign.
He looks like the no, not Freakazoid.
He looks
anytime.
he looks like claymation.
Yeah, okay. What was it? The Mad TV
Oh.
skits, the Mad TV
Yeah.
Electric Future dude. Was it Mad
You know,
TV?
he kind of looks like Animorphs for a second there.
That was crazy.
And go read
it's
the
over
Animorphs
now,
book.
but
Go read the Animorphs
Yeah.
books. That was a sad.
They were
sad
wild.
series.
The covers are wild.
that was that
You
was
know,
kinda
it's
creepy.
just
It was that lighting.
technical
storm.
difficulties after technical difficulties today.
That mug say
Yep.
can't get it to do it again. You know what?
But I'm happy for people that
I
enjoy
think
VR.
I know what it was, and I'm gonna talk to you guys afterwards because I was doing that thing, and I think because once I stopped it,
You was doing too
Yep.
much.
Yeah.
AKA doing too much. But no, but yeah, that's my thoughts. I want VR to win.
Mhm.
I still think
I want to be a
they
brain
can get
dancer,
people's-
like in
Yeah.
Cyberpunk. I want to sit back and like brain
Yeah.
dance all
Yeah.
day.
Yep. I'll finally get into my goal weight that it'll do to like disintegration from being in VR all day.
Atrophy is not losing muscle or losing weight.
again, if you guys are here, please go to TikTok, LV1 Gaming. Look for the Phoenix. You see the Phoenix? We have so much content on TikTok that we can't put on YouTube. It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Like we got videos
wild.
going viral on TikTok, and I wish I could also put those on YouTube, but they're likely to get taken down because of music, which is crazy.
Yeah.
If that's not the case, might let me know because I'm scared to post them up. But listen, we're gonna get up out of here. You guys are freaking amazing for rocking with us once again. Again, if you guys hit that like button, if you haven't already, share the channel out because the stream's about to end. Give us a follow on TikTok. It will help us out a whole bunch. We'll be back next Wednesday for 236 WXP Podcast. With all that said, congratulations. You guys loaded up to 235. This was WXP Podcast. We'll see you guys next week. And hopefully we don't have no technical difficulties.
I got to hit the stop button, huh? So I got to say
Saturday.
stop. So when I stop is when we stop, right? So right now we're still live. And so I'm in control.
Oh my God.
So if I decide to like get up and go take care of my child and leave us live and just collect viewership, is that something we could do?
No.
Why not? We'll do a sleep stream.
Yo.
What I can do is I'll
down.
go in and change the password to the YouTube, which is going to automatically deactivate you and kick you out.
No.
You know,
it wouldn't.
Guys, hostile takeover, baby. This is what we do. Level 1.
Says the man who is always trying to quit.
Yeah,
he's always trying to quit.
I try to quit every day. Look, guys. Let me show you before we go, because it's my show now. My handwriting's crap and you can't see it, but it says half acid. Yeah, I know. It says half acid, do it poorly. I live by this. This is my mantra, and I want everybody to go out and if you're paid minimum wage, you do minimum work. And
I'd be like, hey B, go reach out such and such. Why?
Why? Yeah, bro.
Honestly, yeah,
hey, no. Hey, you guys need to understand. This is an after show segment moment. We're having a wind down.
We are.
Like it. I'm just so glad we're here, and I'm eating up time, boosting watch hours.
We act like the podcast is over because we done talking games now, so y'all just gonna be here shooting.
Yeah, we just so yeah. This is what happens when Baron has to work. Things get weird. And
Baron doesn't work.
Yeah. First off, I want to say I love you.
First
I work hard. I work hard. First off. Hey. No.
Man works part-time at the Bunny Ranch.
Hey, you know what? I actually, a good friend of mine was security guard at the Bunny Ranch. Not Bunny Ranch, at the mansion. And the grotto was a place to be. But
the grotto was disgusting from what I've heard.
Hey, yeah. To some. But yeah, so I guess we could get off stream now. I'll hit stop. But I just want to, because I have the authority and the power right now, it feels great.
Let me answer this before we go.
Baron act like he got a badge. He liked that authority.
Yeah, this is funny.
I'll be streaming on every other Tuesday. But my personal stuff, I'll be streaming some RP stuff soon. But I'll be streaming every other Tuesday here. We're gonna start with a Call of Duty game of a certain variety.
I'm so mad, guys.
But let's
No, I'm not.
I love
I'm
you
not angry
guys.
at all.
Fave is
Dawn,
so pissed.
I hope you go out there and you sip that iced tea tonight. I hope you guys are safe. It's minus 32 out there, Dawn, so make sure you bundle up. I love you
Hey,
guys.
do y'all use the outside as like a fridge? I would do weird shit like
Oh yeah, 100%.
I would put like make ice make popsicles and stuff. I would do very
Oh,
weird
yeah.
stuff.
Any stuff that we don't have space for in the fridge, we put it outside and it's a
Yeah.
brick by in the morning.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we cook our eggs outside in Texas during the summer.
I've done that
Yeah, y'all
out on the res.
y'all
Got
also
it.
have Mortal Kombat, so you guys can't really talk.
Yeah, that's weird.
Listen, the fact that me and another person can agree